Hi, it's Jaytechanimations. Today I'm going to show you how to code in Python. In Python, today I'm going to show you how to convert a float to an integer. In Python, an integer is a whole number. First of all, I'm going to create a variable called num, int with an underscore, and then assign it to an integer 12. Next, I'm going to create another variable called num underscore float, which is going to be assigned to 12.5, which is a float. Now I'm going to create a print function that is going to add up num int and num float together inside the parentheses. Inside the brackets, I'm going to add the variable num int, then plus, then int, just to convert the num float to an integer. So firstly, I'm just going to put int, open and close parentheses, num underscore float. When converting in Python, you would use a function such as str, int, and float. Python automatically converts one data type to another when needed, without requiring any action from the programmer. This happens when Python needs to ensure that an operation can be successfully performed. In Python, explicit conversion is when you tell Python to change the type of a value because you need it to be in a different form. Then click run, then run module, and then click save, and then name whatever it is that you need to name it, and then you should get your output. The output is 24, which is an integer. To prove that it actually works, I'm just going to remove the function int, and then we're going to run it again. And now it should output 24.5. For this next exercise, I'm going to convert a string to an integer. So first of all, I'm going to create a variable called number, and then use the equal sign. I'm going to use that to assign it to a string called 124. Next, I'm going to call the print function, and then add another function inside the print function, which is going to allow me to convert the string to an integer. So first of all, I'm going to add int, and then open and close parentheses, and put the variable inside, which is going to be number. And then it should output on the IDLE. The integer 124 is now a string. For the next exercise, I'm going to be converting an integer to a string. So first of all, I'm going to create a variable called num, and then assign it to an integer called 1500. Next, I'm going to call the print function. Inside of that print function is going to be another function called str, which stands for string, and then open and close parentheses is going to be the variable num, which is containing 1500. Then click run, then run module, click save, and it should output 1500 as a string. Next, we are going to be creating a list in Python. So first of all, I'm going to create a variable called listing, then use the equal sign, which is assignment operator, then use the square braces, which is going to contain strings. So first of all, I'm going to create a string bread, then separate it with a comma, then add another item to the list, milk, then add another item, eggs. That should be your list, and then call the print function, and then add the variable listing inside, or the name of your list inside the print function, and it should output on the IDLE. And here is your list: bread, milk and eggs. We are now going to be working with index positions. So first of all, we want to create a variable called list. Make sure it's uppercase, and then we're going to use the equal sign, and then we're going to add the square brackets, and then inside the square brackets I'm going to add juice, eggs and pancakes. Next in list, I want to make you guys understand in index positions. So say if you wanted to print out at least one item in a list, you really need to understand in the index positions. Rules on lists. Lists are mutable, meaning you can change the elements after the creation. For example, adding items onto a list. Lists are usually defined using square brackets. You can assign a variable to a list from using index position. Each element on a list is assigned to an index position starting from 0. A list can contain the following data type, such as numbers, floats, strings and boolean values, and more. In lists, the index position always starts with 0. So I'm going to now create a variable index equal to list, and then I'm going to use the square braces, and I'm going to add the index position. Then I'm going to call the print function and add the variable index inside of it. Then click run, then run module, then click OK to save. Next I'm going to do another list example. So first of all, I'm going to create a variable, and then called creating, and then I'm going to create a list, and what's going to be contained inside the list is going to be art, paint, and brush, and then I'm going to create a variable which is called an instance of that list, creating 2 square brackets, and then add the index position in between, and then call the print function, and then add the variable inside the print function art. Then click run, then run module, then click OK to save. Then it should output brush. That is all from me. Thanks for watching. I hope you understand lists and conversions. See you in the next one.